G'day wildlife warriors, and welcome. It's an absolute ripper of a day to be talking about some of the most beautiful, most incredible, and sometimes the most dangerous animals on the planet. We're about to embark on a journey deep into the heart of Australia, my home, to get up close and personal with creatures you won't find anywhere else on Earth. This place, this vast, sunburnt country, is a cradle of evolution, a land where nature decided to get a little bit creative, a little bit weird, and a whole lot wonderful. From the scorching outback to the lush tropical rainforests, every corner of this continent has a story to tell, and it's told through its wildlife. Australia is a treasure trove of unique critters. We're talking about mammals that lay eggs, marsupials that can hop faster than a car in the suburbs, and birds that could give a dinosaur a run for its money. It's a place where the rules of the animal kingdom seem to have been bent just a little. These animals have adapted to survive in some of the harshest environments imaginable. And in doing so, they've become true icons of resilience and natural wonder. They are living, breathing proof of the sheer diversity of life on our beautiful planet. So grab your khaki, pull your hat on tight, and get ready for an adventure. We're going to dive headfirst into the world of Aussie wildlife, and I promise you, you're going to see some things that will blow your mind. We're going to learn, we're going to be amazed, and most importantly, we're going to foster a deeper connection with these magnificent animals. Because when you understand them, you learn to love them, and when you love them, you want to protect them. Right then, let's get into it. Right, first up, let's talk about a true blue Aussie icon, the kangaroo. Just look at this magnificent specimen. These fellas are the heavyweights of the marsupial world, and they've got a mode of transport that's second to none. Hopping. It might look a bit goofy, but crikey, it's efficient. They use those massive, powerful back legs like giant springs, and their big long tail acts as a perfect counterbalance. They can reach speeds of over 70 kilometers an hour in short bursts. That's faster than a racehorse out of the gate. And they can cover a massive distance with a single bound. It's an incredible feat of biomechanics, a perfect adaptation for crossing the vast open plains of the outback. But it's not just about speed, it's about family. Look here, inside the mother's pouch is a tiny little Joey. This pouch is the most amazing nursery in the entire animal kingdom. A newborn Joey is tiny, about the size of a jelly bean, and it makes a perilous journey from the birth canal all the way into the safety of the pouch. There it latches onto a teat and stays safe and warm, growing and developing for months. The mother's love is just incredible. She can even produce different kinds of milk from different teats to feed Joeys of different ages. What a beautiful, dedicated mum. She's a true wildlife warrior. Now, hold on to your hats, because this next one is a real head-scratcher. It's a creature that baffled the first scientists who saw it. They thought it was a hoax. It's the one and only platypus. Look at this little beauty. It's got the bill of a duck, the tail of a beaver, and the feet of an otter. What a combination. But the weirdness doesn't stop there. This little fella is a mammal. It's covered in thick waterproof fur, and mothers produce milk for their young, but it lays eggs. That's right, a mammal that lays soft leathery eggs just like a reptile. It's one of only 2 types of monotremes in the world, a living fossil that gives us a glimpse back in time. And that bill, it's not just for show. It's a super sensitive snoot packed with thousands of receptors that can detect the tiny electrical fields given off by the muscles of its prey, like yabbies and shrimp underwater. So it closes its eyes, its ears, and its nostrils, and hunts using a kind of 6th sense. And the surprises keep coming. The males have a venomous spur on their hind legs. It's not deadly to humans, but I'll tell you what, the pain is supposed to be excruciating. A creature of contradictions, a true marvel of evolution. Isn't she just gorgeous? All right, let's slow things down a bit and have a look at one of the most beloved and sleepiest animals in all of Australia, the koala. Now, don't be fooled by the name koala bear. These guys aren't bears at all. They're marsupials, just like our kangaroo friend. Just look at him, perched up there in the crook of that gum tree. What a life. These fellas are the kings of chilling out. They can sleep for up to 20 hours a day. That's not laziness, though. It's a clever survival strategy. Their diet consists almost exclusively of eucalyptus leaves, which are super tough, toxic to most other animals, and really low in nutrients. Because their food gives them so little energy, they have to conserve every little bit they've got. Sleeping most of the day away is the perfect way to do it. They have a specialized digestive system with a super long gut to break down the tough leaves and filter out the toxins. They're so well adapted to their diet that they get most of the water they need just from the moisture in the leaves they eat. Despite their cuddly appearance, they've got sharp claws for climbing and a surprisingly loud bellow. They're a specialized survivor, perfectly in tune with their eucalyptus forest home. What a little champion. Right, from the sleepy to the screamy, let's head down to the island state of Tasmania to meet a creature with a reputation as big as its bite, the Tasmanian devil. Look at this little powerhouse. Don't let their size fool you. These are the largest carnivorous marsupials in the world. They're scrappy, they're tough, and they play a vital role as the cleanup crew of the Tassie bush. They're primarily scavengers, using their incredible sense of smell to find carcasses from miles away. And when they find a meal, nothing goes to waste. They eat the meat, the fur, the organs, and even the bones. And they can eat the bones because they have one of the most powerful bites, pound for pound, of any mammal on the planet. Their jaws are absolute bone crushers. And that famous sound, that terrifying screech and growl, is often heard when a group of them, called a parcel, gathers at a carcass. It's all part of a ritual to establish dominance and figure out who gets to eat first. They're facing some big battles with a terrible facial tumor disease threatening their populations, but conservation efforts are in full swing to help this tenacious little Aussie battler. What a fighter. Danger, danger, danger. Now we're heading up to the wet tropics of Queensland to meet a bird that looks like it's walked straight out of the Jurassic period. This, my friends, is the southern cassowary. Just look at her. That brilliant blue neck, those red wattles, and that big helmet on its head, called a casque. She is absolutely stunning, but this is one of the most dangerous birds in the world, and you have to treat her with immense respect. They are incredibly shy and will usually try to get away from people. But if they feel cornered or threatened, especially if they're protecting their chicks, they will defend themselves. And their defense is formidable. Look at those legs. They are massive and incredibly powerful. And on the inside toe of each foot is a dagger-like claw that can be up to 5 inches long. They can kick with immense force, and that claw can cause serious injury. They are the heavyweight champions of the bird world. But they're also crucial to the rainforest ecosystem. They eat fallen fruit and wander long distances, spreading the seeds in their droppings. They are the gardeners of the rainforest, a beautiful, powerful, and vital part of our world. Alright, let's have a look at another one of our unique marsupials, the bulldozer of the bush, the wonderful wombat. These fellas are solid muscle, built low to the ground, and they are expert diggers. They live in extensive burrows that can be up to 30 meters long, with multiple chambers and entrances. They're like little furry engineers, constructing their own underground homes to stay safe from predators and the hot Aussie sun. They are nocturnal, so they spend most of the day snoozing in their burrows before coming out at night to munch on grasses, sedges, and roots. Now, wombats have a couple of very peculiar features that make them extra special. First, the mother's pouch faces backward. This is a brilliant adaptation. When she's digging away, soil doesn't get kicked into the pouch and all over her little Joey. How clever is that? And second, and this is a famous one, they do cube-shaped poop. That's right, square poo. They're the only known animal in the world that does this. The shape comes from the way their intestinal walls stretch at different rates. They use these little cubes to mark their territory. And because they're flat, they don't roll away. Isn't nature just full of surprises? Crikey. Now for the grand finale, a true living dinosaur, the apex predator of Australia's northern waterways, the saltwater crocodile, or salty as we call them. Just look at the size of this magnificent beast. These are the largest living reptiles on the entire planet. A big male can grow over 6 meters long and weigh more than a ton. They are the undisputed kings of their domain. They've been around for millions of years, barely changing in that time because they are perfectly designed predators. They are masters of camouflage, able to lie perfectly still, looking just like a floating log. They are ambush predators. They'll wait patiently, sometimes for hours, by the water's edge for an animal to come down for a drink. Then, in a split second, an explosion of power. They'll lunge out, grab their prey in those incredibly powerful jaws and drag it into the water. They have the strongest bite force ever measured in any animal. They are a raw, ancient power that you have to respect. They're a vital part of the ecosystem, keeping the waterways healthy. A beautiful, terrifying, and absolutely perfect animal. What a legend. And that's a wrap on just a handful of the incredible creatures that call Australia home. From the bouncing kangaroo to the mighty saltwater croc, every single one of them is a testament to the power and beauty of nature. We've seen mammals that lay eggs, marsupials that poop cubes, and birds that are living dinosaurs. Australia truly is a land of wonder, a place where the wild things are, and it's our job as wildlife warriors to make sure it stays that way. Learning about these animals is the first step, because the more you know, the more you'll care, and the more you care, the more you'll want to protect them for generations to come. The adventure doesn't have to stop here, though. The world is full of amazing animals, each with its own story. I want to hear from you lot now. Get down into the comments section and tell me, which of these Aussie animals was your absolute favorite? Was it the sleepy koala, the puzzling platypus, or maybe the powerful Tassie devil? I'd love to read what you think, and which creature captured your heart today. Sharing our passion for wildlife is what brings us all together as one big tribe. And if you love this journey into the wild heart of Australia, and you want more amazing wildlife facts and adventures, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Give it a good click so you don't miss out on our next expedition. By subscribing, you become part of our family, a family dedicated to celebrating and conserving the magnificent animal kingdom. Thank you for joining me. Stay passionate and remember, be a wildlife warrior.